Erica and Michael live in a time capsule.
The room is very dated.
Looks like it did 50 years ago.
There is nothing tying anything together right now. I know how to make it work, but they may have some strong opinions about our choices.
It's a bit shocking.
I hate it.
Like it or not, this room needs a triple shot of personality, and we're gonna show you how right now. Erica, Michael, and their kids live in a mix of the slim 50s and the slightly fatter 80s.
49, this is it.
Neat. Like many of us, they're looking for direction. Oh, groovy.
I want the room to fit with the whole design of the house. It's mid-century modern.
This is really an amazing space that has been preserved as a museum.
We want to appreciate the 50s look, but bring it up to today and make it current.
There's a huge organ in here.
Well, it just doesn't seem really appropriate to have a musical instrument right beside the fireplace.
Some hot jazz maybe in the evening.
Okay, the funky, groovy furniture and some of the time warp stuff also sits in total contrast to some of the newer things. So that works, but it doesn't work with these.
We have a couch and chair that I found at the Goodwill on their 50% off day, and $35 later, we had a $25 couch and a $10 chair.
And then what's happening over here? It's like everything soft is on this side of the room,
Yes.
right? And then there's the furniture gallery.
Everything here is very hard.
If you were seated in this area of the room, you'd be able to see out onto the street, but you'd also have a far better connection to the backyard.
It's one of the most beautiful things about this house is it has a very indoor-outdoor feel to it, doesn't it?
Right.
And the window covering situation is a bit of a problem.
There is no window covering.
Well, come nightfall, this is a goldfish bowl.
Probably my biggest frustration with the room is people can see in the house and it's like you're on display, and I really, really hate that.
I'm feeling as though you are eminently qualified to help these people.
I can help. I think this is one of the few times that I walk into a room and think, you know what? There's actually a few things in this room that I want to work with.
There are a few.
Like the sofa and the chair, yeah.
What are you thinking in terms of fabric? Are we going to draw inspiration from the out of doors?
I think that as a sort of design focus, it makes sense to think about how you bring the outside in.
Totally agree.
Okay, this is what we're thinking. The room needs to jibe with the home's architectural style. We're going to connect these rooms to the lush outdoors and maximize every square inch.
I think that the first thing we need to do is figure out where we are, because I believe we are lost in the suburbs.
I think we might be. First things first, we need a floor plan. Okay, let's talk about this layout. We've asked Lindsay, a member of our Correct Design team, to create some options. Right now, the L-shaped space has the dining room at one end, the living room at the other, and storage in between. I'd like to move the sofa to the far wall, create another seating area in front of the window, and rethink the dining room. Maybe it's allowing the dining room to feel a bit bigger if we do some sort of bench along the wall.
Okay.
To take it up a notch and make that space seem even better, I was thinking, what if we treated the wall beneath the clear story window with mirror?
Might make it look like one full long piece of window.
I think it would help kind of draw those two spaces together.
Love
Do you like that idea?
Love it.
Right. We're gonna resuscitate this mix and match museum if we don't kill ourselves first. We're starting with fabric, which can lead the entire scheme. Our inspiration, the outdoors. It's kind of fun.
Too traditional.
Too small.
That's a little interesting.
Dandelions?
This is hitting me over the head with a frying pan.
Hello. How about this one?
I love that. That is absolutely the perfect jumping off point fabric.
It's a contemporary take on mid-50s style, and what a great palette to pull from. All I can tell you is if the fabric is called Copacabana, everybody's having a really good time, and there's some sort of a drink that's been made in the blender. Copacabana. But before we pull out the blender, we need to also find fabric for that $35 matching sofa and chair. This is nice. Do you think it goes?
No.
Maybe this is too plush.
I don't think that color.
How about a pattern?
That pattern I could do in a heartbeat. That's a great pattern.
Let's do our test. I feel like I need some really good music to do this too. Here's a surefire test for wool upholstery fabrics. Check out the durability by giving it a good rub. If it starts to pill or show any wear, you're really gonna notice it. This is looking good to me.
Is it? Texture, home run. Link to the jumping off point fabric, home run. It's perfect.
Since Copacabana is such a bold pattern, we can only use it sparingly, like on an ottoman or accessories. But it's strong enough to lead the color scheme for the entire space. Lindsay's pulling fabrics for all the other furniture and accents going into the room. You know what I don't see? I don't see any sheen. Now it's just a matter of eliminating.
What are your thoughts on drapes for the space?
This is a nice option. $9 a yard, mostly polyester. It'll stand up to the sun. We're good to go. I'd say we've got a pretty great foundation happening here.
Is there anything
Richardson.
we're missing that you would like to see?
Oh, I know. Furniture to put all this on.
Chairs, chairs, chairs.
They're small.
Those?
I think these are too
want that.
flimsy. These are bigger. I still don't think they're perfect though. Everything here closes in half an hour, so
Okay,
let's
we've
go.
got half hour. What about this one?
Yeah. Okay, right away, look at this coffee table.
I like
Okay.
the chrome with the wood.
I want this. I'm taking this home with me. This is vintage chrome and modern. Like, is it too ultra modern?
And they're not very comfortable.
Okay, moving on. We've been from one end of the city to the other in about 3.5 hours, and we have not found our chairs. We may have found a coffee table. I saw some cool stuff that I'd like to buy for myself. I want this.
No luck with the dining chairs. How about something for the living room? Those are some chairs in need of some love.
They need new upholstery, but look at the fabulous shape. Like, super fabulous shape.
I love a chair that has a little crook for your elbows.
And the comfort of these chairs, that's what we need.
They're bouncy.
I love this. I really do.
But what does our upholsterer think?
I just had a chance to glance at it, but first of all, all of these totally unique.
Really?
According to Eugene, these chairs are 1950s originals, totally in tune with our mid-century theme.
I never seen braided hay in my entire
You've
life.
never seen that. What does a gay horse say?
I don't know.
Hey!
Hey.
But a room doesn't live on furniture alone. The fixed elements need attention too.
Does that appeal to you?
That definitely appeals to me. I love the whitewashed finish. Refinishing the original floors will run $2,200. Turns out new flooring won't cost much more. And if the difference is only $800 between keeping what we've got, refinishing it, and going with that, I'm all over that. And all over that fireplace, looking to add a natural element and a little pizzazz. By using one single slab of marble, you can do something that is so beautiful. If it's in the budget, always go for the best quality you can afford. This piece here is called Amazonia.
Okay.
Comes from Brazil.
I like it as long as the price point doesn't make you feel like you're getting a Brazilian.
Okay. This would run us about $2,300 installed.
Okay, I just had a Brazilian.
This would be about $2,200. Do you want to see another choice?
Yes.
This one here, this would run us $1,600 installed. There are only 4 or 5 blocks of this left in total, and then it is gone forever. You like a design classic? Baby, this is it. So what do you think?
I think we do it.
Out go the old narrow strip floors and in come the new lighter and wider planks. Once done, the new marble arrives and gets installed. Doesn't fit? Nothing a little trim can't fix. And we've got a plan for the dark, dreary wood paneling. Wow! Look at that!
Hugely successful. Stunning with the brick, the original brick, and the floor, new floor.
This floor is just bang on perfect. It's actually better than I could have imagined with the brick.
Paint colors have been sampled on the wall.
Too dark, too gray, too green, too brown. I'm thinking it's this one. It's got a bit of gray and a bit of green.
I love that too.
There it is. Done. Great. Do you need an owl?
No.
A stuffed fish?
No, I need a light fixture. I don't know, but I'd like to meet the former owner.
How about those? Not quite right for a mid-century dining room. Let's look elsewhere. Oh, that's the one. Speaking of the dining room, it's tiny, which is why all the storage was crammed into the corner of the L-shaped space. I think we can put the storage back into the dining room where it belongs. We could actually create a tall storage tower that could flank right opposite where the fireplace is. And I'm thinking that we basically use 2 wall cabinets. This is like a fan cabinet or a refrigerator cabinet. If we put 3 of them side by side, we can create a 7.5-foot long bench.
Okay.
Then we can actually put a top on it.
So this would be a custom top that we'd get made from our upholster?
Right. For a family with 2 kids, the seat needs to be durable. Look at that. Is that the right color? Color-coordinated leather seems to be the right solution, and at only $3.75 a square foot.
It's a deal
We'll
and a
take them.
half.
You can have your measuring tape. Nice cake. To go in front of the banquette, the search for a dining table begins. Starting at the auction house. There it is, with a floating glass top and mirrored base. Let the bidding begin.
200 and 220 and 240 now. 260 you're in and 280 asking. 280 I have and 300.
Things started off well,
650 is
but the bids continue to rise way past what we're willing to spend.
1,700 asking. $1,600 is
Somebody wants that table bad.
1,600 sold. 1,600.
Ah, well, you win some, you lose some. No dining room table, but at least we've addressed the fireplace, changed the floors, and found the jumping off fabric. This is a fabric that will get people talking.
I could live with it on a cushion,
It's a bit shocking.
maybe pin cushions.
You know that old sofa and chair? We've got plans for them.
I really don't like that plaid. I just think it's so ugly and dated.
How much did she dislike it?
I hate it.
Did she use the H word?
I hate it, to be perfectly honest with you. I now love the first fabric in comparison. I just think this is horrible, and I can't picture it anywhere in my house.
What did that plaid ever do to you? Did you have to wear it for a school portrait or something?
Listen, it was a $25 sofa. If she doesn't like it when it's recovered in our plaid fabric, she can take it out to the driveway and light it on fire for all I care.
I really don't like that plaid. Honestly, I hate it.
I think she's wrong. I think this fabric is perfectly well suited to the application, to the clean lines of this sofa. It also works with the lines of the house. All I can say is, I hope I can prove it wrong. We shall come around. I'm sticking with my decision. That means we're moving forward with the plaid on the sofa. We also found more occasional chairs to reupholster, and we're custom designing an ottoman to work as the room's focal point with that Cha-Cha Copacabana fabric. You'd think we'd have enough furniture by now, but guess again. This might be when you know you have a drinking problem. When you're hiding your wine.
Whatever do you mean?
No time for messing around. We still need to find a dining room table. It's not a good day. Oh.
This is a great looking table.
Does this have a raw edge on it?
It does.
This could work really well with our floors.
And this will be a nice anchoring element for our banquette.
It's got that kind of indoor-outdoor vibe going.
This is the table.
This is the table,
This
right?
is the table.
Phew. Now that we've found the table, we've got some chair options, which I suggest you test out before you buy. Comfort is key. As soon as you put your back into the chair, you slide forward. This one is incredibly chic, and you know what it does? This piece of wood is digging right into my back. It's like a karate chop right in the middle of the back. Oh, thank you.
You just karate chopped me.
I know.
Can you illustrate your points verbally from here on forward, please?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you are right about this. This is awful. This hurts my back. Your chop hurt a little more,
Karate chop.
but this is
Oh,
still
please.
uncomfortable.
This? Okay, hello. I'm so comfortable. There's some flex to the back. I got some squishy on the seat. This is it.
69 bucks?
Yep.
150 bucks?
Yeah.
189 bucks. You're in the most expensive chair. But it's leather.
Okay, I'll admit it. Sometimes the most expensive option simply is the best. Better still, the seats match the leather top banquette we're building for the dining room. So we've got all the furniture for this open concept space, and all we need are rugs to anchor everything. I think they're great. One more purchase left. Artwork to tie everything together. Do you like this?
No.
That's too red. It seems woodsy there to me.
Yes.
The whole landscaping and the connection to outside. So I'm not really feeling that I want more of a woodsy woodland tree.
So you don't want a landscape?
Well, okay, I guess that would be the faster and easier way to have said it.
Yeah.
Would you do this?
Sure I would. It's not really a landscape, it's a streetscape.
I mean, this would be an investment piece. Back at the house, remember that fishbowl effect? We found a fabric, and now Lindsay's got some questions.
I need clarification on how the drapes are working here.
Okay, so we elected not to remove the pre-existing valance because it means patching the whole ceiling and we're trying to save money. I think we have two options. One is go... Because we're keeping the valance, our best option is to go with a metal track with rollers. We could install a track in front of the valance, but the drapes would fall too far from the window. Whenever given the choice, I always like to experiment and try something new. So I had this idea. What if you could do a blind that pulled up from the bottom? So you could pull it part way up.
That's weird. I think that's crazy. I think it's really
You
weird.
hate it?
I just think it's odd.
Guess not. So we're sticking with that $9 a yard curtain fabric to give Erica, Michael, and the kids some privacy. And take a look at the smoked mirror panels, which will reflect the landscape view from the dining room. We're working overtime to give this mid-century modern room some charm. We'll get a look at it all next. Just drop her. When selecting side tables, the rule of thumb is no higher than the sofa arm. It's too small.
Mine feels a little low.
Mine is too tall.
This little guy here is just right.
My goal with this living dining room was always to make it feel like one terrific space with continuous flow. This interior is a living space that showcases what can be done with some great decorating solutions.
When we saw the room for the first time, we were thrilled.
I really couldn't believe it was the same space. It's just totally transformed. It's really beautiful.
My goal was to make the room work with the architecture and the origins of the house, to make it feel that it was connected to the surroundings and create more of an indoor-outdoor flow. And lastly, to make sure that you felt that you were able to use each and every square inch of this room. Because when you take advantage of the whole space, it actually feels pretty roomy.
We wanted this house to be lighter, brighter, modern, contemporary, and usable for this family. So what we did was 2 separate seating groupings, further expanding the space and the usage of the living room, and still linking it into what is still the obvious dining area.
We've created storage beneath where you sit and a single storage tower. I think it's clever and space-saving. By simply putting up a bit of mirror on the wall, I was able to create a reflection from the backyard. Suddenly, you've got another whole wall of windows. It's that easy.
The design really hit my 2 objectives, which was to bring the outside in and keeping that mid-century modern style to it.
The floral fabric on the ottoman is beautiful. In fact, it's probably one of the most striking things in the room.
I love our vintage sofa and chair. I think the makeover on those 2 pieces is nothing short of spectacular, and I couldn't be happier with it.
You know what? The plaid fabric actually looks really nice on the couch and chair. I was terrified of it. I really thought it was ugly when I saw it. But really, on the furniture, it's perfect for the room. I do love it. Now that we have window coverings, we're using the space in the evening, and we really weren't before.
Instead of just me sitting in the living room at nighttime reading, now the whole family's using the living room, so it's great. The redesign has changed our life, the way the whole design comes together, the layout, everything. Right now I'm picturing the kids just playing there, lying on the couch, reading, and we're all, we're living happily there.
It so surpassed my expectations. I'm just really, really thrilled with how it turned out.
I'd just like to say 3 things to Sarah and Tommy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The magic of this room and everything we did revolves around furniture, and it revolves around making the most out of the space you've got. We didn't change any of the essential structure. All we did was help this home realize its potential, because it had lots of potential. You may know that I love the country. I can't drive behind the marriage truck. It's true. No! Well, most of it. So when my old school friend Stephanie asked me to help create a country kitchen for her and her family, I jumped at the chance.
Charming.
It's a fantastic 1902 stone farmhouse.
But the kitchen has betrayed its heritage.
The countertops are the color of cat barf, and the walls are burgundy and lime green. I think that kind of speaks for itself.
We want to make it ours. We don't want to live with someone else.
Is this my color?
I would say that color wouldn't even look good on an actual lime. I feel like I'm in Margaritaville and not in the bucolic countryside that we've driven through.
I want it to be a modern interpretation of what a great working farmhouse kitchen should be. Not enough storage. It's not laid out right. In fact, there's a dance floor in the middle.
Would you like to pirouette for me?
Your magic triangle is so far apart. The appliances
There
aren't...
is no magic in this triangle. It's a real mashup. A little of this and a pinch of that is really good when you're making a meal, but it's not so good when you're designing a kitchen.
Yeah.
We can make much better use of this space. In fact, there's even room for an island. So it's not all bad news. We don't have to pull up the floors, we don't have to get rid of the trim, because we've got some good bones to work with. We just need to strip off anything that's been added cosmetically and usher in a whole new fresh country breeze. And we'll do it by modernizing this farm kitchen while keeping the country charm. Choose a monochromatic palette, rework the layout to increase storage and flow, and do it all with cost-effective, off-the-shelf cabinetry. Are you feeling challenged or inspired?
I'm feeling pretty inspired.
And inspiration surrounds us with wide open skies and agricultural elements.
We don't want this to be the classic country kitchen.
Neither does Stephanie.
No country kitsch. You know, lined up rubber boots at the door is totally part of you, but don't do it in my house.
I think she would like something that is way more contemporary. How do you see that coming together?
You take materials that have some sort of a thread that leads you back to country, like barn board. I think that we could probably execute the kitchen with really clean lines, but using this kind of very country-looking texture.
Did you ever think we'd be accessorizing with barnboard?
No, and I think we're gonna have to juxtapose it against something that's quite light and fresh.
Unlike Sarah, I'm a bit afraid of color. Color and pattern, and especially colored pattern.
I think it would be cool to have a white kitchen that felt warm.
Right, the warm and the cool.
Right.
How about you pick up your speed, Grandma? I'm anxious to get shopping for this kitchen.
Before anything, we need to get rid of what's there. The old cabinets are in good shape, but they're just not going to work with what I'm planning. So we're donating them to those who can use them. Okay, now we're finally going somewhere. Speaking of recycling, if you want to create a space that has no color, you need to derive some interest somewhere.
We've got the gray board.
Yeah?
So it's got that weather patina because it's been exposed to sun and rain.
I need something that looks and feels at home in the country. Barnboard is going to allow us to do that. This wood is coming from a salvage company that denails and kiln dries recycled barnboard, so it's safe and prepped for interior application. And get this, you can handpick your boards.
For the control freak in all of you, you get to pick your own boards.
I just think this is a beautiful board.
It is. I think this is a bit brown for you.
That's a bit brown. I'm okay with this. It has a little bit of a knot hole, but it doesn't go all the way through. For all you city folk, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show you what we've got in mind. To balance out the more rugged elements we're using, we're looking for stainless appliances. It's cool in here.
Have you ever seen this?
That's so I can't stick you in here and close the lid and go, I don't know where Tommy went. On second thought, I may need his critical eye in choosing an all-important cooktop, because there's a hitch. Well, I would do a gas cooktop in stainless, but apparently she's afraid she's gonna blow herself up. Well, I don't really know anything about electrics, so I'm going to find somebody. Hold on, I'll be back. I don't know, I cook on gas.
That's good, because I don't cook at all.
What can you tell me about an electric cooktop?
Okay, well, there's two different types. Ribbon element, which this is, or what they call radiant heat, and then there's induction, which is even faster than gas.
No.
Yes. Induction works on electromagnetics. Underneath the cooktop, there's an actual copper coil, and it goes at an extremely high speed, and it's making the particles in the actual metal in the pots vibrate and create friction, and that's what's creating the heat. And literally, when you take the pot off, you can wipe down the glass, and you'll feel no residual heat at all.
Are you in?
Well, based on looks, yes. Based on that whole high school science class we just had, I don't understand any of that.
Let's go for it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We need a place for all this stuff to go. I'm thinking put the fridge here, ovens here, and cooktop here in between. Lots of storage, and relocate the sink to an island. Tons of prep space and great flow. To get all this on a budget, we're buying it out of the box. I don't think we want a faux beadboard.
No.
We want to use solid materials wherever possible. So this whitewashed solid wood door profile with its hint of grain is right on with our updated country vibe. I don't see using dark wood. No to the sheen, no to the wood, too dark, no. No, 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 no. Hi.
It's this one.
Little gray, little white. For my old friend Stephanie and her family, we're taking this kitchen from Grand Ole Opry to New Country. Heat's on. I can't disappoint.
When you're designing for a friend, if you don't get it right, you look like kind of an idiot.
Have a little faith. To make this country kitchen into Stephanie's dream come true, we're giving it a modern look and new layout with a neutral color scheme.
Unlike Sarah, I'm a bit afraid of color.
Let's hope she's not afraid of dining tables, because we need one for the eating area. Are you a fan of this table?
I think it's a great table. Look at it.
This round table offers lots of seating, but it might be a bit too expensive for our budget. I'm not sure that it's the one.
But we have this as backup.
Backup.
Is this an option?
I don't know, it just feels a little bit heavy to me. Ow! Just a flesh wound. But where's Tommy taking me now?
You're not scared.
No, I'm not scared.
You don't get
I'm not
scared.
scared of nothing.
Look at this great table base. What if this were Steph's round table base for her kitchen? And we just did a big top on it.
Here's where Tommy's height is an advantage. He's spotting all the bargains at the lower level. So Tommy's off to see what kind of bargain this table really is. The suspense is killing me.
$375. He has the top. It's 54 inches.
We got a table. That's not all. Back at the farm, work is plowing along. The drywall is going up, but we've discovered an alarming lack of insulation. So that's being remedied. Also, the lighting plan is being set in motion. You need great task lighting in a kitchen, and a series of 10 pot lights will get that job done, providing overall illumination. For above the island, Tommy and design team member Allie are looking for character and charm.
What about these?
Those are nice. Has the right vintage and industrial vibe.
Oh my God. Tommy?
Yeah?
I think I found it.
So this has 6 bulbs.
Our island is 36 by 112.
So that's 33.
Oh my God, it's 106.
How perfect is that?
This is exactly the vintage hit that we need in there.
Price check!
Oh my God.
The price is right, $400. Continuing on the theme of light, we're having the dark wood trim painted white to brighten the room and still show architectural interest. And here's a tip.
Solid wood plantation shutters are expensive, so we're gonna keep these, but we need them to go from dark brown to bright white. We're gonna send them to a spray booth so they can be professionally done and professionally finished. There are a lot of moving parts on these things, and if you don't do it right, you end up with a gummy, textured surface, and that's not what you want.
And speaking of surfaces, the flooring needs to be replaced where the pantry formerly was. But rather than waste time trying to match the old stain, we're freshening it up and refinishing the entire floor for a consistent look. Auctions are a fun and exciting way of finding character pieces at bargain prices. I've got my eye on these 4 patio chairs.
$300 on the table and chairs.
Here's the thing, it's a patio set. Because we're trying to create a more relaxed, rugged feel in the country, we're taking barn board and bringing it into our cabinetry, and we're taking the outdoor furniture and bringing it into our seating area.
100 now. 475 is bid asking 500. Sold. 475 E7.
It's a great feeling, and so is this. The kitchen cabinets are being installed. Time for a little look-see. Ooh, hello, primer.
Nice intro. This looks great.
This is terrific use of this wall because it keeps it nice and tight. Even after our island gets built out a bit, we'll still have good clearance through here. It's bye-bye to the dance floor.
Yeah, amazing surfaces we're gonna have. So is this where we're putting the barn board?
Yeah, so we'll clad all around the edges.
Brilliant.
All right, let's get working on this island. The barn board will stay natural, but I'd like the trim to be gray. Finding the perfect complement isn't easy. So what have we got here?
We have 8 hours of my night last night.
Was this late into night? Because now it looks like you've actually just like fallen asleep on this
Is there
day.
still some left on my face?
Yeah, there is. So how about we just dump the sun bleached into the dark?
Let's do her.
Okay, so let's just give that a stir.
I don't mind that.
There, that's too brown, that's too light. There, we're done. So now I just need to stain them. This will look great.
I'm not sure about the old boards.
For some people, letting go is a dream. For her, it's a nightmare.
She's gonna have to trust her BFF.
Old wood. It's definitely old.
I'm not sure about the old boards.
Please, I thought she would love the barn board. It's gray.
Steph likes white. White's good. There's nothing wrong with white.
I know Sarah, and she sprays everything, so I really hope they stay white.
Nope, not spraying anything.
Here we go.
Take the plunge.
I know, that's why I'm wearing the protective gloves. A little painting never hurt anyone.
What I like about it is it'll provide a nice contrast. You don't want it to look like barn board.
Whoa, quality control. That's nice, huh? Well, it's not a perfect match.
It can't be. There's like 6 different colors in that barn board.
I'm just saying. The great thing here is that the wood grain's going to show through. Now, time to cut. But I don't think the boys should have all the fun.
It's really not good for your hairdo.
The gray end posts and trim will provide a crisp, modern contrast to the weathered barn board. What you can see is that we are going with a herringbone pattern. And we're using barn board that's different thicknesses. What I don't want to see is this sort of rough edge, because I think that'll make it look messy. By putting these vertical dividers in, it contains the panel and allows us to get a beautiful, crisp fit with every single board. I've known Stephanie for a long time, and I know she'd never go for a heavy, dark counter.
A little bit ugly, kind of.
She's also not a fan of granite. So Allie's on the hunt for natural stone that's light and airy. I know, sounds like a contradiction. Let's see how she does. Hi.
So I've sent you a bunch of options.
Okay. This one has a nice light color and pattern, but too much veining. Too light on one side and dark on the other. And this one?
No. Boring.
Boring. We like the looks of option 1, if we can have the veinier part at the top.
Option 1 is definitely my favorite.
Go with your favorite. I'd love to talk, but the sun is setting and I got an island to finish.
Cool.
Bye. A few days later, and the Calcutta marble for the island is being cut to size. But it's pricey, and to save some cash, we're opting for a gray composite counter for the other prep surfaces. It's a nice contrast of color and material to reinforce the modern country vibe.
Gray and white, I like.
Now to settle on a backsplash that won't break the bank.
We're going straight to ceramics.
Okay.
Where's the cheapest one? Point to it.
Well, the cheapest is the most, yeah. They're all inexpensive. Maybe we could use the classic bevel and get a crackle. Can we make it more interesting?
Yeah, let's do a darker grout to frame it all up in a pattern.
Okay. And gray grout, pick one. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
I think we're in here.
Yeah? Contrasting grout will highlight the herringbone pattern and take this backsplash up market. But all those hard surfaces need softening with fabric. The curtains were a bit of a surprise find. This looks like a dandelion.
It certainly has an organic feel.
I mean, we're trying to do modern country.
This is one of those fabrics that could go either way.
That's an unequivocal, I don't know.
That's a definite not sure.
But for $5.99 a yard, we can't pass it up. I'm sure about pinstripe for the auction house patio chairs. All in, they'll cost $250 each and be totally distinctive. Trying to figure out how much we've spent on our renovation so far. Ah, looks like we can still afford some interesting architectural details. But you know what she said in the beginning.
No country kitsch.
Well, I may be pushing it now.
You're all paranoid that she's gonna think that everything you buy is a knick-knack now.
Come on, you think it's cute, don't you?
Because it's in a very depressing shade of dark gray.
Which is her favorite color. There's depressing, and then there's depressing.
The countertop was installed this morning. The back of the dishwasher fits perfectly, and the front is the issue.
It's rubbing on the sides.
Our dishwasher won't fit in the cavity?
Apparently the back fits perfectly, and the front is like a 1/4 of an inch too small.
You could shave down the size a little bit on either end and the door should close perfectly.
I think this whole tail is a little twisted, if you're asking me, but...
Time will tell. The next morning, we're up early, and luckily, with some adjustments to the cabinet, the dishwasher slips right in, just in time for us to arrive.
This looks incredible.
Golly, good choice on the slab.
Tile backsplash looks remarkable.
The bevel really emphasizes the herringbone, right?
It does.
And with the installation of the incredible 6-bulb island light. Amazing find, you guys. This kitchen is almost there. There's a cool modern color scheme, practical layout, and nods to the country. Next, we pull it all together. Well, almost. They've just delivered a table to me in an entirely different color. My friend Stephanie's dream to have a country house didn't include this dated kitchen, so we've tried to give her what she wants.
I want it to be a modern interpretation of what a great working farmhouse kitchen should be.
Now we're ready to roll it out. But what the heck is that? Someone's got some explaining to do. They've just delivered a table to me that's in an entirely different color. You can strip it back. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks, Gregory.
Well, we didn't ask them to put anything on the base at all.
We just painted out all of the trim that was this color. The last thing I want is a table this color. What I loved about this table when we found it was how raw and rustic and rugged it looked. And what we're looking for now is not a refinisher, we're looking for an unfinisher. Probably about 5 hours till it comes back. And when it gets back here, I'm gonna finish it myself. In the meantime, we have a kitchen to pull together, and oh, how fantastic it looks. The transformation of this kitchen almost leaves me speechless. I've got a little bit of kitchen envy.
Sarah and I have known each other for a long time, and I trusted my dream kitchen to her, and it could have gone either way, but she did not disappoint.
We had some color issues to deal with, some flow issues to deal with. We certainly had a floor plan that needed to be reimagined, and what we have now is a kitchen that looks really great, that works really well.
It'll be a gathering point for us, and it'll be a place where we spend a lot of time.
Our kids have already sort of grabbed their stools and plopped up to the island and sort of staked that as their claim, and it's perfect for us.
For me, it's about the palette, the texture, the use of unusual materials, the found elements, dress it in cream and charcoal, and wow.
The colors of stone and the colors of sort of the gray barn board, it really feels right in the space.
This was not a place to go all out mod. It needed to have some traditional elements so that it felt that it belonged in this house. It also needed to have a monochromatic palette in order to belong to this owner, because she doesn't like color.
It's totally me. First of all, it's black and white.
An island is generally going to appear as a large monolith in the middle of the room. I'm always trying to make sure that every island offers the maximum functionality and also looks as unique and interesting as possible.
It houses the sink, the dishwasher, lots of storage, and seating. Does a lot.
When you guys showed me barn board early on, I wasn't really sure. I was worried that it was going to go down that sort of kitschy, country, fake roosters route, and it didn't.
This kitchen could be in any house or apartment in the city, but the barn board really reminds you of your surroundings.
We definitely wanted to have those country cues and those visual references, but they're not roosters.
The table started out as a diamond in the rough. It was a treasure, it was a deal, and I loved it in its existing condition. All of a sudden, it arrived shiny and brown. That was not in the plan.
Not fun.
Thanks to some white stain, a little bit of elbow grease, and not listening to my good friend Tommy, you think I'm gonna wreck it, don't you?
Kinda.
We finally arrived with a table that looks perfectly suited to the space where it sits. Tommy and I are a great pair, but we don't always agree.
I'm not into the rug.
I kind of like that it feels smoky and cozy.
Guess what? I lost that one.
I love that funny little curio cabinet because it's a thoughtful little surprise that brings the whole space together.
It's my housewarming gift to them. So is it nice that it's their favorite thing? Yep.
I could not be happier with this kitchen. It is my dream. It's spectacular. It's everything I'd hoped and more. And now I'm crying on camera.
Does your home contain a room that time forgot?
My bathroom is such a throwback to the 80s.
How much of a throwback is it?
Every time I walk in there, I feel like teasing my hair and putting on shoulder pads.
It's like coming out of a time capsule, and I can't handle it.
And getting rid of an 80s infestation is no laughing matter. Maybe a little bit of laughter is okay. How do you know it's time to renovate? Well, when your wallpaper border starts pulling itself off the wall, there's a sure sign. There's pipes coming out of the floor. Just some pipes.
There used to be a bidet, or at least there's a rough-in for a bidet. I don't understand the whole bidet thing. Who's got time for a bidet? If I have to go to the bathroom, I gotta get in, I gotta get out. I don't have time for like another sort of half shower.
You know, all I'm gonna say is, in all the time we've been working together, you and I have never installed a bidet.
Because
Can we just say, enough said?
Nothing in that bathroom is up to code.
Did the last people who renovate not think that that would be noticeable, that there would just be a random electrical wire hanging through the wall? Why would anyone ever want a two-tone black spray finished tub?
I have never seen that treatment done to a bathtub before. There isn't a thing worth saving in here.
Every element of that bathroom needs to be demolished.
I think we've got a good amount of overall space. I think we've got a skylight to let in some natural light. And,
This is a gut job.
this is gut job.
We need a good contractor, like today.
Yep.
That is just one of the craziest looking bathrooms I've ever seen intact.
Some decades are clearly better than others.
I think that we really need to look at completely reimagining the floor plan.
This bathroom is lacking character. Right now, there are no natural elements in the room.
It's green.
It is cheap ceramic tile.
It's a lot of green.
It's all dark color.
Too much green.
There is no texture, there is no softness, and I think that's what we need.
Well, where better to go au naturel than in the bathroom?
Okay then. Our brief for this bathroom is to rethink the floor plan. Add some natural elements to give the space character and modernize the room, but still give it timeless style. But first, we're gonna make it a whole lot less green.
Oh, so much better. I love the demo phase. It's my favorite phase because all of that ugliness is now gone and we can now go and start actually planning the space.
Big shower here.
Huge.
Big, 4 by 6 feet.
Big.
Love it?
You love it.
Makes sense to keep the vanity exactly where it was. We can do our bathtub over here.
Yes, that's where the shower
What about
was.
this crazy little condition?
What was there before?
There was a little linen closet here. Right now, the wall behind the tub has a jog in it, but we're also gonna have to hide the plumbing stack. Do we fur out the wall to make it smooth all the way in behind? Or That's Lindsay, she's in the other room, she just sneezed. She doesn't know how to sneeze quietly. It happens very loudly. Do you need a tissue out there, honey? You okay? Enough sneezing. Back to the bathroom. We're going to put a smaller water closet here, so we could take our little jog in the wall and turn it into a nook. Or is it a niche? Niche?
A niche and a nook is a noosh.
Is a noosh, okay.
We have a noosh.
You'd have about 12 inches.
That's a decent
So
gap.
it's not really deep, but it is deep enough that you could fold towels.
Or you could do bookshelves.
There's a practical idea, bookshelves.
How about open shelves, and we can let the clients decide whether it's books or towels. But if we did an open shelf unit in that noosh,
Yes.
then we could still clad the remaining portion of the wall in tile and get our sort of texture from that.
The good news is we have a layout, and we're not gonna break the bank moving plumbing. We're just flipping the locations of the bath and the shower. Now, if we can just figure out a color scheme.
No green.
So where do you start when it comes to a bathroom? First step, select your stone, and then draw out all of the variation of colors that you find. I think starting with your stone palette, is similar to starting with a fabric. Nobody can create a color palette better than nature. Are you feeling the beige and brown?
No.
Not feeling the beige and brown.
I like this a lot. The waterfall.
Oh, yes.
What if you use that as flooring, as like stripes?
I love it as stripes.
That's pretty.
Those are swirls and whoopsie doodles.
But it looks really kind of Mediterranean.
I'm feeling very drawn to the whole range of moonstone.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's not bold color, but I'm not feeling that this is black and white.
No.
I'm liking the idea of going gray on the floor if we can do something to brighten it up.
What if I get my strips and put them with your moonstone?
How about we mix in the masculine with the feminine?
I'm not saying no, but I'm more hesitant in the sense that this seems very laser cut and very rigid, and this feels a little bit more artisanal.
Oh, honey, ain't you never heard that more is more?
I know that more, nobody knows that more than me. I'm just saying, is this more good than this more? We shall see.
That's it, we're out on more is more.
No, we shall see. That's what we're out on.
Okay.
We're out on we shall see, okay?
This bathroom is being touched for the very first time since the 80s. Some decades are clearly better than others. We're starting with a sensible floor plan and natural stone. Nobody can create a color palette better than nature. Next, the hunt begins for all the right fixtures. We're starting with inexpensive white ceramic tiles. What if you did the walls, so you just have the 6x24, lay it just in a grid, wrap the 6x24s around the side again, and use this mosaic just in the center, so it sort of becomes almost like a piece of artwork.
Oh, could we then take wall-mounted rain heads from either side?
So you're kind of bringing like a rain shower coming down from either side, the water flowing.
That work? Yeah.
I'm liking it.
We would really love a two-person shower with, state-of-the-art shower heads.
Oh. Shower heads, what do I need to know?
Back in the day, we would go with more the trickling effect, whereas nowadays people like to maximize their pressure, and they go with these ones here that are with the air injection technology.
Whoa! That is designed for a woman in a hurry, because it's taking me 3 times longer to get all the soap out here than it is here. I'm liking that. What about a hand shower?
With a hand shower, I would go with something like this. Let's say you don't want to have, you don't want to have a rain head coming from the ceiling. You want to have a quick,
I already showered,
just a quick body shower. So you have this, which again, very good water flow.
Okay, I think we want air injected. I think we want good pressure. We want wake me up, not I'm standing in the rain.
Totally.
High performance air injection it is. You do know that you talk about shower heads like they're cars, right?
Oh, really?
You got the air injection.
Air injection.
Performance. Okay. Luanna's gonna love the shower heads, but she may rain on the rest of our parade. It seems that our client doesn't actually want a bathtub in the new configuration, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
We really are not tub people.
A beautiful freestanding tub is key to having a total finished, polished look. So you know what? Tub stays.
That's beautiful.
That's nice.
What do you think of this tub?
It's very nice, very nice. Oh, wow. It says flowers on the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
If he says mm-hmm, that means he doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at this. It's like a big tongue.
Uh-huh. Very contemporary.
Beautiful. I love that. I like this one.
Oh yeah, of course you'd like that one. That's $9,500.
What?
If we were to buy this tub, we could just have a plywood floor and a tub. It would be very minimalist. I think we've got 2 options. We've got the slightly tapered one, or we can go with a giant block. Both of those are the same price. Do you have a preference?
I do. I actually think that the curves on the first one are a little bit more palatable.
It feels like it has more room around it.
Yes, exactly. So it has a smaller footprint, but it flares up to something that's comfortable.
Okay, fine. I like it.
Decided.
And that's not the only thing done. Back at the house, the bathroom is framed and ready for drywall.
We've got the shower done, just roughed in. We've got to put the faucets in on both walls. We're waiting for the faucets to come in. And we're working on the niche here.
Nush.
Nush.
Say it with me.
Okay,
Nush.
nush.
Yes.
How wide is the nush?
Our nush is only going on the top half of the wall because the bottom half is being covered by the tub. Now, about that tub.
A tub.
She didn't want a tub.
We never take baths.
You will never use a bathtub if it's as hideous as what they had.
There are worse things that can happen to a woman than be forced into having a bathtub. Get over it, Luana.
Okay.
And Luana may have to get over it a whole lot sooner because we're having trouble with the shower. It's almost 5:45. The tiling is starting tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and we have a problem. I tell you, it never rains. Our plan here is we've got 2 rain showers. This means we need 2 thermostatic valves that go behind the tile in the wall. This allows each person who's using each rain head to control their own temperature. We are missing the thermostatic valve for this side, which is why the concrete board is not on. And this is a total drag because it's gonna take about a week to get another one to come from Italy. And then there's the tub.
I know Luana didn't want a bathtub, but it looks like that tub will change her mind.
I think I'm actually warming up to the idea of a tub.
Why do I want this bathtub installed? Because I think you need it for resale.
9 out of 10 women like to have a good soak.
Men too.
I might pop in there once in a while.
Who knows? They might even want to get in it together.
Okay, fine. If I have to have a tub, I'll have that tub.
Well, there's one problem solved. As for the missing valve, we're going ahead and tiling everywhere else. Then we can measure for the shower doors, which will take about 2 weeks to get. Then what we will do is we will wait. And next week, whenever this thing finally comes, we will install just this wall, and then we can move forward.
I think Aldo would actually like that tile because it's going to remind him of our Mediterranean roots.
I really, really like the tile.
Instead of being Mediterranean, when I'm all done, this mosaic's just gonna look glamorous. Wait for it. And something else that's gonna look glamorous is a custom vanity. Vanities are generally 32 to 36 inches high. Great height for a sink, not so great for storage. But when you go custom, who says the whole vanity has to be one height? High storage, low sink, form, and function. We bring you to the back of my car to pick a veneer. Any veneer. It's kind of like playing cards in New York City, right?
It can't be any veneer. It actually has to be something, I think, quite light.
Okay, how about bamboo?
No, I don't like bamboo.
You don't like that kind of stripey texture?
It looks cheap.
How about sort of this platinum gray stain?
It's a bit busy. Like, it looks like dinosaur skin.
Dinosaur skin.
That's nice.
This is bird's eye.
That's the lightness I'm looking for.
See, I think a darker brown is out of context.
I do too. I think it'll look out of place in the room.
So there we go. We'll agree on bird's eye.
Is that bird's eye?
That's bird's eye. No, that's figured maple.
Was that a trick question?
I was just seeing if you were paying attention. So we're going with bird's eye on the doors and white gables for a two-tone effect that keeps everything light and bright. And Lindsay is looking for the perfect hardware.
Looks like my wedding ring.
That's not it. That's definitely not it. What about bathroom lighting?
Tony, are these fixtures available?
Yeah.
How much are they?
They're $1,100 for the pair. They're Mazzega, Italian, 1960s.
They're really nice.
They are.
Sorry, you said 800 the pair?
I say 1,100, but for you, I'm sure we'll work something out.
So those are authentic vintage marble?
Yeah, mid-century.
For $650 the pair?
Mm-hmm.
Or?
500 for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at what I have got.
What have you got?
It's a big box full of dirty paper. So these guys go in here.
Oh my goodness.
Both vintage, both Italian.
Were you being clever?
What?
Our clients are Italian.
I know. And they're vintage. One of them is. Sorry, Aldo. My pair that I'm holding is $500 for the pair. The one that you have in your hand, which has 2 lights, it's double the electricity, which we kind of need, is more expensive. That's $900 the pair, right?
Twice the bulb, and it's got this oval motif. Like, doesn't this look like it's our mosaic?
I mean, it's kind of a tough choice, right? Twice the amount of light, twice the money.
Okay, here's a question for you. Which one do you like? Forget the price?
I like the one you're holding best.
Yeah, so do I.
So let's get it.
Now, if you've got the space for it, a chair can be a luxurious touch in a bathroom.
Just got an email from Sarah about this accent chair in the bathroom. She wants something tall, angular, and modern. I think I just got really, really lucky.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I did say caned, I think, and this is upholstered.
Are you two putting me on?
You can't have it all, sister.
Okay, well then what do we use for upholstery?
How about any of these?
Love that.
What do you think? And now that I know that Lindsay is so good at finding whatever I can conjure up in my brain, just wait for the next thing I ask for.
The good news? The chair is going to look great. And so is the brand new custom vanity. The bad news? The shower is still missing a few key pieces.
Here's a question. Do we have the handles?
I got you a temporary handle because Mr. Italiano was still making them this morning and they might not be arriving in time.
They're making these like piece by piece? What is this, basket weaving?
Okay, so what I need to know is, this is so crazy.
If worst comes to worst, just get like a piece of something that sticks out with a hole in it, stick a twig through it, and we can turn that.
The thermostatic valve is not allowed to be in Italy when you're doing a bathroom in Canada.
I literally just picked up this thermostatic valve control. Thermostatic valve control, this hunk of metal that we've been waiting to get for weeks.
And now we can finish the bathroom.
Does that seem like the right placement to you?
That seems quite nice to me.
Gotta go back and see what we started with to truly appreciate where we've ended up.
Talk about night and day.
We've come a long way.
Absolutely gorgeous.
They hit the nail on the head.
What you want to focus on when you're laying out a bathroom is making sure that each component has only the space it needs so that it's not stealing too much from another area.
We made the water closet a little bit smaller to allow us more space for our shower. And now we've got the best of both worlds. We didn't have to eliminate the water closet, and we got our gigantic shower.
I learned a little from our thermostatic valve experience.
I'm feeling a bit frustrated right now.
You can't just keep people out of their bathroom until some guy in Italy decides he's gonna get off his duff and go and make you a thermostatic valve.
If you're on a tight timeline, make sure you have everything you need at the start of the project. Don't be waiting for something to ship.
My favorite part of the bathroom, I think, is the stonework.
You've often seen mosaic used as an entire wall, but who says you have to have an entire wall?
It is a strip of mosaic that is beautifully contained by those wonderful strips of Carrara marble. Now that it's done, we have something that is a very contemporary statement as opposed to something that feels very Mediterranean.
It's the curvilinear form of the mosaic that creates a feeling of movement and, I think, a watery reference.
I feel like I'm at a spa.
When you take inspiration from a stormy sea or a cloudy sky, always make sure that you contrast with large doses of bright, crisp white, and it will always feel light and airy at the same time.
That vanity is something a little different. It's a lighter wood than we would normally go with. It's a different shape, but it really, really works in the context of this sort of spa-like hotel environment.
There's often very little that's soft and textural in a bathroom. That's where a wood vanity comes in. By using a decorative wood veneer, it has pattern, it has movement, and it helps to introduce a softer feel to the bathroom.
I think I may be potentially a reformed bath taker now.
I'm seriously happy that the tub is in the bathroom now. It makes the bathroom, makes it complete.
I think it's really important to sort of look at what the needs are of the people who are going to be using the space, but not take those needs to the nth degree, to the point where for resale, you're eliminating very, very important critical elements like a bathtub.
Little fabric, little sparkle, little artwork, some accessories, and some art glass. And you know what? We can call this room done.
Mission accomplished.
I would say we did really accomplish the goals that we set out for ourselves. But I will also say that given how ugly that bathroom was in the beginning, Luana was not going to be too tough to impress.
This is my signature mix of tile and stone, of mosaic and ceramic that all comes together to create my take on contemporary. It may not be everyone's, but I don't think you have to have just one single element. I think more is more.
You know what I'm really happy that they left, though?
What?
During the demo phase?
What?
They left that weird little wire that's still coming out of there. We're going to keep that. Why is that still there? Can I ask?
Make it go away.
Why is it still there?
I don't know,
So
but
now you can still stand in the tub with the water and still electrocute yourself the
hold
way
on.
that you used to be able to in the shower.
that's so nice.
It's nostalgia.
You know what the good thing about this point is? There's no going back.
Yeah,
There is no going back.
Great.
It's a distant memory. Block it out.
perfect.